Hello and welcome to Catalyze Music Academy. My name is Zaak Kerstetter. I'm an Ableton Certified Trainer. And for today's quick tip, I want to talk a little bit about polyrhythms and how to easily make more complex polyrhythms when you are writing MIDI in Ableton Live. So before we dive into it, I do want to let you know if you are enjoying the content on the channel, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I greatly appreciate it. First off, let's just talk about the basics of what a polyrhythm is. A polyrhythm is basically when you have a set of time with multiple evenly spaced notes between them. So for example, you might have 4 evenly spaced notes in the same amount of time as 3 evenly spaced notes. So it'd be like a 3 against 4 polyrhythm. So for 3s and 6s, it's pretty easy to do. So the way we're going to do this is we have 2 sounds right here. We have shaker number 1, shaker kind of thing number 2. And right now we can see we have 4 of the shaker right here. Just sounds like that. So say if we want to do like a 3 against 4 polyrhythm, the easy way to do that is just hit Command 3 or Control 3, and that turns you into your triplet grid. So you can see my grid over here goes from quarter note triplet or quarter notes to quarter note triplets. And if we increase our grid size here, now we're half note triplets. And now, so if I just start plugging in notes, I now have 3 evenly spaced notes in the same amount of time as 4 evenly spaced notes. And that allows us to create our polyrhythm. However, if you would like to do something a little more complicated than this, a little more complex than just like a 3 against 4 or 3 against 2 or 6 against 4, and some combinations of 3s and 4s and 2s, that's how you do it. But what if you want to do like a 5 or a 7 or a 13 or something kind of a little more out there? There's no straightforward, easy way just to like plug and play to make that happen. So if I wanted like 5 evenly spaced notes in this one bar, it's a little tricky. So the way that I found to do this is first just create the number of notes that you would like to make. So for example, I'm just going to make 5 quarter notes like this. And I'm going to hold down Shift and select all of them. And you'll notice that there's this little like warp marker at the top of your MIDI clip. This allows us to move them around. And so if I try moving these around, we can see it kind of jumps around, but it kind of wants to quantize based off of the start of this particular note. So what I found you can do is if you hold down Shift and you click the end of it, or you can click this guy around, it moves the warp marker to the end. So now as you drag them around, it's going to kind of quantize it to the end right there. So just by making 5 notes, shift clicking right at the end of them for this warp marker to move at the end, you can just drag them. So now I have 5 evenly spaced notes in the amount of time that I have, which in this case is 1 bar. So I just made a 5 against 4 polyrhythm. It'll sound like this. Like that. And you'll notice that like they're not quite on the grid, but it still kind of sounds kind of cool and interesting, and we get our polyrhythmic vibe that way. If I wanted to do kind of the same thing, but I wanted to do like a 7 polyrhythm, let's go ahead and just delete all these guys. I'm just going to plug in 7 notes like that. So what I'm going to do is just hold down Shift to select all these guys, and then I'm just going to take this guy, hold down Shift, and just drag it over here. That drags it to the end. And now I just click and drag over here. And now I all of a sudden have 7 evenly spaced notes in the set amount of time, which once again is 1 bar. It's going to sound like this. So that's a really quick, easy way if you are working with MIDI to get evenly spaced notes of something like 5s or 7s or 9s or weird things, anything that's like not a triplet increment, basically. So that's it. That's kind of the idea here. If you've ever tried to make things with polyrhythms, I might do some more follow-up videos later on like practical applications of how you can start using this to make really cool, interesting sounding rhythms. But this is just the basic way of just getting those notes to fit in the set amount of time that you would like to space them out in. And we could do the same thing here. If I wanted to do like a 3 against 5, I could just, or not 3 against 5, a 7 against 5. I can select all these guys, hold down Shift, drag this guy over here, drag it over here, and now I've got a 5 against 7 polyrhythm. So you can have some fun with it, make some really cool, interesting, wonky, off time, vibey beats this way. It's really fun. It's really easy once you kind of get the hang of it. So try it out for yourselves. Let me know how it goes in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.